What is up, disc golfers? Today on Iceberg TV, I want to dive back into my disc golf collection. I want to show you guys my 4 favorite Discraft disc golf discs. So number 4 on this list, and this list is going to go from my least favorite, my top 4 to my most favorite. The first disc on this list is going to be the Krystal Stalker. So the Krystal Stalker is going to be really comfortable in the hand, fairway driver, control driver. I believe it's an 8-speed. It's going to be really similar to like an Innova T-Bird. It's going to have that nice stability, but you can throw it nice and hard. It'll always have that nice strong finish. So if you're a T-Bird guy, but you like throwing Discraft plastic, this is going to be probably the closest thing to an Innova T-Bird that you're going to get. I'm a big fan of the Krystal discs. The Krystal discs are usually a little bit harder to find because they do them in like special edition runs. I was fortunate enough here in Australia to get my hands on a 2014 Perth Disc Golf Club Krystal Stalker. I absolutely love this thing. It's not in my bag currently, but when my T-Bird gets 2B'd in, I will greatly consider putting this into the bag. The other biggest difference on this thing is it does have a very small micro bead on this bit of the flight plate right here. So it's really comfortable in the hand. It's shallow, 8-speed control driver, but stable enough to handle big power thrown flat. So I'm really excited about this one. Really cool disc. Krystal Stalker, number 4 on my list. So my second favorite Discraft disc is going to be the Discraft Force. So the Discraft Force is going to be Discraft's workhorse driver as far as it's most similar to the Innova Destroyer. So it's going to be a stable to overstable distance driver depending on how hard you throw and what run you get. So they have heaps of different runs. If you can get your hands on like a beat up like ESP one, or just the older Forces in general, I found are a lot more understable. So this is a really old ESP one that has been in and out of different people's bags for years now. This one is really nice and beat up, so you can throw it out on a hyzer and it'll get like that nice max distance flight, but it still has the stability to really always finish at the end. So you can mash on it with power. It can hang on to that anhyzer angle for a while, nose down, get big distance, and then still have a reliable finish at the end. Even in windy conditions, the Force is going to be that reliable distance driver that you can really depend on. So again, I always like to compare it to that Innova Destroyer. The reason I always compare discs to Innova discs is because it's the most common brand that the most people throw. So that's why I always talk about Innova discs when I talk about other brands, because it's easy to relate to. So I have this one, and then I have this SportsCenter Top 10 one. This is a disc to commemorate Nate Doss's ace at the Memorial. These are super flat. It's the Krystal Sparkle, and super flat. It's actually concave, so the top actually dips down, so you could literally fill this thing up with water, and water would actually sit in the middle and not pour off the sides like it would on a Domi disc. Crazy overstable, probably one of the most stable discs I've ever thrown in my entire life. You can throw crazy flex forehands into a headwind on super sharp anhyzer, super reliable, probably one of the best headwind discs I've ever found. And if I did switch to Discraft, I would 100% bag both of those Forces because these are really good discs, and the Force is a great workhorse, stable distance driver. So the next disc on my list, that was going to be number 3. We're going to move on to number 2. Is actually going to be the Krystal Luna. So the Krystal Luna here is going to be one of the first runs where they took Paul Macbeth's namesake putter, the Luna, and actually put it in a premium plastic. So the Krystal Luna, I always call it the T-Bird of putters, because these things have so much glide. They go so far, and it's such a good disc. This one comes in and out of my bag depending on what course we're playing. If I feel the need to throw a putter and have it go really far, then this is the disc that I'm going to put in my bag. So we have a couple of these, and one thing I really like about these discs is you can see the 5 times is actually stamped on this side of the disc, but it's stamped on backwards, so it has like a nice 3D effect. So it's like they have Paul Macbeth on the front, and then behind him you can actually tell that's, got the 5 times stamp in there. So they did a really nice job on these. They feel really good. They're super durable. I've thrown this thing a ton, but it still looks brand new. So really good disc, and something that if you get your hands on one, you should definitely throw it. I don't think this should be a collector's item. I think this should be a disc that people take advantage of actually throwing. So if you like throwing putters, but you like the distance of a mid-range, this is going to be a great option for you. These things go super far. They're super glidey. So we have just one in the yellow, and then we also have one in the blue with the red stamp, which still has the sticker on it and stuff. So this one's new. Haven't thrown this one. Probably won't throw this one until this one either gets too beat up or disappears. This one goes in and out of the bag. Number 2 on my list, Krystal Luna. And my most favorite Discraft disc, everybody already knows what it is. It's going to be the Discraft Buzz. So the 2 buzzes that I'm currently bagging right now, I have a Brisbane Disc Golf Club X plastic buzz from 2013. So the X plastic is going to be really grippy. It feels really comfortable in the hand even if it gets wet, and it's going to be a little bit lower grade plastic than like your Krystal or your Sparkle or your ESP. So the reason I like buzzes like this is because straight out of the box they just go dead straight. And if you get a premium buzz like in the type of translucent premium plastic or the ESP plastic, it'll actually be quite stable right out of the box. So my advice to people, if you've never thrown a buzz before, I would say just try out either the Pro D buzz, which is like, it basically feels like a premium DX plastic, or an X plastic buzz. So these are really good options because you can throw them on a hyzer and they'll actually flip up to flat and just go straight all the way till they finish their flight. When I think of the buzz, I think of it as a better, more comfortable in the hand feeling version of the Innova Rock. So if I had a rock versus buzz video, I would choose this 10 times out of 10. Feels really comfortable in the hand, gets really good glide, and you can carry it in different plastics and get different various flights on it. So this buzz I bagged for a long time. It's gotten a bit too flippy, but I always revisit every once in a while depending on what courses we're playing. So if I need one that's going to pick up and go right the whole way, then I'll throw this Pro D buzz. This is the flippiest of the plastics. And then the next one, sort of up in stability, is going to be from the Pro D, the X plastic. So I have 2 of these. I was able to get my hands on 2 of these from the same run. So I got one brand new one and then the one that I'm currently bagging. This is a really good disc and I throw it on loads of different shots, different holes, different courses. This is in my bag at all times, doesn't come in and out. It's just a namesake in my bag. And when I first got this buzz, this one's also in my bag, I don't think I was a good enough player to actually maximize on this. I did a review way back in the day, like a year and a half ago, maybe just a year ago when I first got this thing, and I got it just to do a review on it. I actually didn't really love it that much, so it just sat on the shelf for a long time. Really nice looking disc, and I always was wanting to throw it, but it just wasn't a good disc for me at the time. But now that I'm a better player, I found that I can smash this buzz like basically like 85% power, so like a nice firm rip, and it's gonna go always so straight, maybe a small fade at the end depending on the wind, but it'll never turn over and go right like those less premium buzzes will go. So these Paul Macbeth buzzes, I wouldn't exactly say that it's overstable, but it has high speed stability, so you can throw it nice and hard with a lot of pace on it, and it'll carry super straight forever, and it just won't ever turn on you. So it's a very reliable disc to hit tight tunnel shots that you want to just penetrate straight the whole way but also get good distance. This is going to be one of your best options. So yeah, I was lucky enough to get one of the first run ones, so this is a really cool disc. I definitely cherish this one. And my most special buzz is going to be this buzz right here. This is the 2019 Australian Disc Golf Team Fundraiser disc. So I was not on the Australian Disc Golf team in 2019, nor was I going to be in 2020. But they ran these fundraiser discs, and I saw my friend had one, and I really wanted one of these things because they're so cool. And thank you to Jeff. Jeff actually just gave me this thing for free. I was like, oh yeah, man, I'll trade you a disc, or I'll, you know, give you whatever you want for it. And he was like, nah, go ahead, just take it. So he just tossed me this at doubles one day and said I could have it. So this is one of my most prized discs, and I'm really excited to bag this one. When that Paul Macbeth one gets beat up and starts turning to the right and sort of bumps the pink one out of the bag, then I will go straight to this team, Australian disc golf team buzz. This one's a lot more stable. So this one might actually make the bag anyway, because this one's about as stable as a Buzz OS would be. So it's really stable and really dependable. So I might use this one actually just as like a headwind buzz, or if I want to smash on like an Anheuser, but I don't want to throw a fairway driver. This might be the disc for the job. I need to do some testing on this one a bit further in windy conditions. But I love this buzz, really great story, super happy to have this disc. So again, thanks to Jeff for hooking me up with this thing. So leave in the comment section down below what your favorite Discraft disc is. Hit the like button on this video. And then I do also have a Patreon account and a Teespring account if you're interested in any Iceberg TV merch, or if you're interested in supporting the channel. We have 2 patrons already. So thank you to Sierra, thank you to Gary, huge shout out to you guys. Can't believe we actually got some patrons straight out of the gate. That was super cool, so thanks to those guys. Thanks for hooking it up. Again, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate everybody supporting the channel. This is Iceberg TV. Have a good one.